prescription. It's just the next best thing. Aleve. All day strong, all day long.
Ask me anything about cranberries. I spent a good part of my life knee-deep in them. But when it came time to start figuring out retirement and all that, I was in over my head. I don't admit that very often. I found someone I trusted, and we put together a whole plan. Now I don't have to think about it too much. Suits me fine.
Retirement and estate planning from Mutual of Omaha. It's never too late to start planning for tomorrow. Begin today.
Holiday bills arrived? KFC can help with amazing savings on original recipe chicken. For a limited time, get a 7-piece bucket of legs and thighs for only $5, or a 14-piece bucket of legs and thighs for only $10. Enjoy America's favorite chicken today.
What lies behind this door has changed the fate of all who have possessed it. A mystery that spans 300 years. Glenn Close, Ellen Burstyn, Thomas Gibson.
Just can't get it out of my mind.
Hallmark Hall of Fame's Brush with Fate. CBS Sunday, February 2nd.
While statistics have been showing a significant rise in children born with autism, an unexpected breakthrough may have happened. It's happened quietly with just a handful of children, but it could have profound implications for nearly 500,000 children in the U.S. alone. They are kids with autism, kids many presume are mentally retarded or locked in their own world, unable to communicate or even to think for themselves. That was the prevailing view of autism until now. Tonight you'll meet the remarkable people who are breaking the silence of autism, a silence that led one couple on a desperate search for a cure.
It's like sometime between your baby's first and second birthday, somebody sneaks into your house late at night, and they steal his mind and his personality, and they leave his body behind.
For Hollywood producer John Shestak and his wife Portia Iverson, it was like something from a horror film.
Hi, Dove.
Like most children with autism, their son Dove appeared to be developing normally.
Ow!
A happy baby, learning to speak.
Hello!
Then, at around 18 months, he lost the few words he had, stopped answering to his name, and disappeared into the frightening world of autism.
I felt so helpless to help him, and yet every minute, every day, I saw him getting further and further out of my grasp, and there was no expert out there to stop it.
So, say hi, it's your birthday.
Although there are varying degrees of autism, John and Portia were told their son had the most severe form. They were told he would never speak and probably was mentally retarded. Doctors said there was nothing Portia and John could do for him except give him constant care and get on with their lives. Now, age 10, the only sounds Dove makes are unintelligible. His behavior is filled with uncontrollable movements called stimming or self-stimulation.
People don't want to do stuff with you out here if all you want to do is stim, okay?
How frustrated were you?
The worst times, were when he was in pain of some kind and we couldn't figure out, was it a toothache, was it a stomachache, did he have appendicitis, did he break a bone, and he couldn't tell us.
That's pretty helpless, and everything in you is saying, like, you gotta help them, fix them, make them feel better, and you don't even know where to start.
We wait for the feds to sort of actually make it.
Portia and John were told there was no cure and that there were very few scientists even doing autism research. So they formed a research foundation called CAN, Cure Autism Now.
That's a huge amount of work.
In just 7 years, they've raised close to $20 million, making CAN the largest private supporter of autism research in the country. But their biggest breakthrough didn't come in the lab. It came from a boy their foundation brought over from India, a boy who seemed very much like their own son, but with some dramatic differences. This child is challenging every assumption about autism, turning the world of Portia and John and thousands of other parents like them upside down. His name is Tito Mukhopadhyay, seen here when he was 10. Like Dove, he's severely autistic. He, too, is almost mute and has little control over his body. Now 14, Tito still exhibits all the same symptoms of autism, but he's doing what doctors, researchers, and most parents of autistic children once thought impossible. He has learned to write eloquently and independently about what it's like to be trapped in an autistic body.
I was able to ask Tito things I always wanted to ask my own son, Doe. Why do you flap? Why do you rock? Why can't you look in my eyes, you know? And Tito could answer all these questions.
What do you think the biggest misperception is that people have of people with autism?
So,
what we are seeing in Tito is unprecedented. By definition, people with severe autism have trouble with language, a notion that Tito shatters every time he puts pen to paper. That they don't have any understanding? Any understanding of what? Of anything. When you first met Tito, were you skeptical?
the nature of a scientist is to be skeptical. So I was surprised certainly surprised when I met him to see the very compelling evidence that he was for real.
Dr. Michael Merznick has been studying Tito for more than a year. A neuroscientist at the University of California, San Francisco, he says Tito is not only authentic, but miraculous.
There can be little question in the writing behavior of Tito that he's providing the answers and that the answers are coming from his brain.
If Tito seems the miracle of autism, this is the miracle worker, his mother Soma, who gave up a career in chemistry to devote her life to teaching her son, even though doctors in India said he would never be able to learn.
At first they told us he was mentally retarded because he looked that, because he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't doing what his age level a 3-year-old child should do. He did not respond. He did not do anything.
Were you told how to teach him?
No.
What were you told?
To keep him busy. Come. Run.
And she's been keeping him busy ever since.
My pushing square over here. Here. If you don't look, where is it?
As a young child, she noticed he was staring at calendars, so she started teaching him numbers and letters.
What are the factors of 6? So the probably time.
When he wouldn't hold a pencil, she used a rubber band to tie one to his finger and taught him to draw lines and eventually to write.
No, why is it coming down the line?
If her method looks simple, just ask parents of other severely autistic children. They'll tell you that at one time or another, they too tried to get their child to type or communicate with no success. But Soma's method requires tenacity.
Read there properly. Write it again. No one will be able to read that.
For the past 11 years, this tireless taskmaster has spent every waking moment talking and teaching.
Hey, now look at this. Oh, look at that.
Constantly prodding.
You're not even looking.
To keep Tito stimulated.
We're going to put our names over here. How will that look?
And his mind on track.
Look at that. No, not like that.
What if you slacked off? What would happen, do you think?
No, I did not, so I don't know. I can't
know.
even imagine myself doing that, yeah.
Her determination and her assumptions about Tito may have made all the difference.
Nothing? Where?
She never doubted that he could learn.
1, 2, 3, no.
So she fed him a healthy diet of knowledge, from Shakespeare to geometry to music. Tito, without your mother pushing you, how would your life have been different?
I would have been a I would have been a vegetable.
I would have been a vegetable? So it's a good thing that she pushed.
Yes.
He said he'd be a vegetable.
I think that's probably pretty accurate.
Though Tito seems to have escaped that fate through his writing, he remains severely autistic. He can't even pick up the pad and pencil to write without his mother's constant prodding and urging.
Right.
But when Tito does write, it is with astonishing insight, especially for a boy just 14 years old. He's written hundreds of poems, including this one, which we watched him write from beginning to end.
I have fancied a little dream, and the world is left unseen. With the light of your eyes, through the darkness of the night, I have held that little dream, beyond my world, beyond all seen.
Tito is a beautiful example of the possible. Here we have a boy that, largely through the empirical interaction of this boy with his mother, a way has been found into his ability, into his spirit.
Do you think that Tito is just one in a million?
I think there could be thousands of, maybe tens of thousands of Titos out there.
Scientists will soon find out if that's true. For the past year, Selma's been testing her homegrown methods on a small group of children at the Carousel School in Los Angeles, the school attended by John and Portia's son, Dove.
Yeah, Dove.
Like Tito, these 9 and 10-year-olds are severely autistic. Few can speak, and until recently, teachers had no idea if anything was actually getting through.
Who were the Native Americans there at the time?
Now they know.
Yes.
In the space of a year, kids who were being taught on a kindergarten level are now being taught math, social studies, and science like 4th graders.
And I had honestly never seen anything like this in my life.
Karen Spratt was their teacher. She says she was skeptical when Selma first came to the school.
Selma did everything that I was told not to do, kind of, as a teacher. So, for instance, she talked constantly.
The sun rises in the east or north. Pick up.
And that's the exact opposite of everything that you had been
It
taught?
is. In my training, it was that you give basic directions and wait for a response, and not to verbalize too much, because it could be distracting.
If 26 plus 2 is 38...
Instead of being distracting, Selma's rapid prompting method, as she calls it, seems to keep the children's attention focused long enough for them to communicate.
Pick up 98. Good.
She ignores their erratic movements and wandering eyes and focuses instead on the mind locked inside.
Line or the lines of longitude? No, it is the line of longitude. Now tell me.
Did you ever second guess your approach? Ever think, maybe this isn't right?
No, no. I'm always sure of myself, what I'm doing.
Why?
Because it works. It works.
And she offers some astonishing proof.
Tell me, what do you like best?
Dove Shestak was one of her first students, since it was his parents, Portia and John, whose foundation brought Selma to the United States. But they never expected this.
Math, yes? You like math. We can do some math over here to show up. Then, 20 minus 4 what? 1 and?
His parents were astonished. From a boy who 6 weeks earlier couldn't even tie his shoes, suddenly came full sentences, complex thoughts, and words spelled correctly.
It is a flower, and that's a bulb.
The best way I can put this is, it seemed like I was seeing the kid that had disappeared 7 years before. And suddenly, you know, it wasn't just a one word or gesture I was able to get. It was whole sentences and ideas.
Keep going, I know what you mean, but finish it up.
I was like a kid in a candy shop. I didn't know where to start. You know, what's your favorite color? What do you want to be when you grow up? I mean, you know, all the questions you asked a child over years. You know, every day there was whole new sets of things I was finding out.
Hey, Dove, tell me, why do you like math so much?
They learned that Dove is interested in religion and history and is a surprisingly good mathematician.
Why? It's easy.
We asked Dove how he had learned so much when no one had formally taught him.
L, I, come on, go ahead, come on.
He told us that all those years when people thought he was lost in his own world, he was actually listening to everything around him. You learn to spell and you learn to do math. Although Selma's method has not been studied scientifically, Mike Merzenick is one of many researchers who think it should be taken seriously.
I think it's almost certain that this method can be used with many, many autistic children. And the initial indication from these studies in Los Angeles is that it might apply even to the substantial majority of these children.
That they might be helped by this method, by someone prodding them and telling them, think, do, act.
Exactly.
Scientists can't help but wonder what other secrets Tito, Dove, and others like them still hold. Are you happier now?
Why?
But one thing is certain. The ability to communicate has had a profound effect on Dove's life. Yes. He's happier now, and you don't have to be a scientist to understand why. I can tell others my feelings. That's why you're happy.
Log on to cbsnews.com to learn about autism and the ways to get help. 60 Minutes 2 continues in a moment.
CBS Market Watch Update, sponsored by iBreathe.com, where you can find real solutions for managing your asthma.
Good evening. A government study says adding private investment accounts to Social Security would require benefit cuts or tax hikes. On Wall Street, a triple-digit loss for the Dow. And targeting a vast new market, the NBA today launched a Chinese language website. I'm Anthony Mason, CBS News.
Asthma can hold you back, but it doesn't always have to.
Go.
Because today there's Advair, the first and only preventative asthma product to treat the two main components of asthma, airway constriction and inflammation.
Go.
Advair is clinically proven to significantly increase symptom-free days. To help you do more of the things you like to do, more of the things you have to do,
Go.
and more of what you want to do. Advair won't replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms and should not be taken more than twice a day. People switching from an oral steroid like prednisone to Advair, which contains an inhaled steroid, need to be especially careful. While adjusting to the switch, your body may not be as able to heal after surgery, infection, or serious injuries. If you have heart or blood pressure problems, tell your doctor. Some people may experience a change in heart rhythm. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve.
Go.
Talk to your doctor to see if Advair is right for you.
Go. More business news at cbsmarketwatch.com.
Mike, let's take a look at those reports next Thursday. And Tom, Susan, set up a meeting on Monday. Any other thoughts?
You know, sir, instead of saving money by having only one office pen, we could just go to Staples.
Yeah, with Staples 365 savings, they compare prices and back it up with 110% price match guarantee.
That's sharp thinking.
Hey, client's here. We need the pen. Low prices on every item every day. Staples 365 savings. Savings made easy.
They say there are 3 ways to prepare a healthy, great-tasting meal. Grilled, grilled, and did we mention grilled? That's why Healthy Choice created mixed grills, like chicken with barbecue sauce, tender chicken breast grilled to sear in flavor, tangy dipping sauce, and a generous portion of crisp, tasty vegetables, all as delicious as they are good for you. Try them all. You bring the appetite. We'll bring the grill. Try our rich and creamy low-fat or no-sugar added ice cream and new frozen novelties.
Looks like this intern's moving up.
Promotion?
Oh, yeah, I'm on the fast track. This is to notify you that our latest promotional offer is a free CD burner when you buy a Dell PC.
That's great. A PC customized for you and free stuff.
So no parking spot.
Call or go online now and get a Dimension desktop with a flat panel display for just $5.99 after a $100 mail-in rebate. America's favorite PC gives you everything you see here. Your perfect PC is easy to buy, easy to own, easy as Dell.
I have 3 boys. I've always tried to do what's best for them, for their health. And one a day has helped. It still does. Especially now that I know 1 in 3 men face prostate problems.
Introducing One-A-Day Men's Health Formula, a new way to help improve those odds. It's a complete multivitamin with 21 nutrients, plus lycopene, which Harvard studies have linked to prostate health.
Sure, 1 in 3 men face prostate problems, but hopefully not one of my 3.
New One-A-Day Men's, the multivitamin with more for your health.
This is my sister, Kara.
It's me.
Do we have anything in common?
Nothing.
No.
But we do love each other, and we do share recipes.
I use Campbell's cream of mushroom. She uses something else. I told her Campbell's was creamier. She wouldn't listen. I told her it was easier to cook with. Kara had to find out for herself.
Wow. Hey, did you know Campbell's has a creamier cream of mushroom?
Yeah.
Discover creamier from Campbell's. Also try creamier cream of chicken and celery.
Secrecy, bought and sold in American courtrooms. People dying in car accidents, possibly because of decisions made by judges. Those are just 2 of the charges you will hear tonight, not from an aggressive critic of our court system, but from a leading and respected federal judge. A judge who says he's fed up with secret, court-approved settlements, like the deals in the Firestone Ford cases, where lawsuits were filed after sometimes deadly accidents linked to defective tires. Many of those cases were settled secretly. People were paid money. The magnitude of the problem was kept hidden for years. Now, in an unprecedented reform, judges in South Carolina are cracking down on what some call hush money. Public safety is at stake, they say, and not just in tire cases. To understand why, listen to what happened to a teacher named Annie Davis.
I had a reaction to the medicine. It was making me feel sick. My mouth, like I was having seizures or whatever at my mouth.
Your mouth twisted?
Yeah, my mouth twisted, and I started drooling at the mouth, and it was just a terrible ordeal that I was going through.
Annie Davis says she had picked up a prescription at the CVS drugstore in the tiny town of Denmark, South Carolina. She says the pharmacist made a big mistake. What was it that the doctor prescribed for you?
Halotestin.
And what was it that the pharmacist actually gave you?
He gave me Haldol.
Haldol is a very powerful antipsychotic drug and has nothing in common with halotestin, the hormone drug prescribed for Annie Davis after she had a cyst removed from her breast. After taking the Haldol, she had seizures and rushed to the hospital with her husband, Woody.
I had, the little medication tab that comes with the medication, and I presented it to the doctor, and so the doctor asked me, he said, how long have your wife been a mental patient? And I'm saying, my wife has never been committed. And he said, well, this medication here is prescribed for mental patients. And it blew me away.
Annie Davis and her husband eventually sued CVS, but the case never went to a jury. Instead, both sides agreed to a settlement, which they also agreed would be secret. How much money did you get?
I'm not allowed to talk about that.
That was part of the agreement that
yes.
You couldn't and wouldn't talk about the money?
Right.
Ever?
Ever.
Annie Davis's lawyer, Dick Harpootlian, can't say much either.
The suit was settled.
For how much?
Well, I can't tell you that because the judge entered a confidentiality order. We're not allowed to talk about the terms of the settlement.
Companies insist on that secrecy because fat financial settlements attract attention and may even invite more lawsuits. When Dick Harpootlian first took Annie Davis's case, he wanted to find out whether anyone else had sued CVS. He discovered another case, alleging that a 4-year-old girl got the wrong prescription.
Her mother went to the local CVS store, got a prescription filled for an antibiotic, was given a heart medication instead, and the child got severely ill, was in pediatric intensive care for about a week.
Was this before or after your case was
Before.
settled? Then they settled?
Correct.
With the judge approving a confidentiality secretive agreement?
Yes.
Harpootlian apparently managed to uncover more information about mistakes at CVS, but under his secret agreement, he's forbidden to talk about it. For example, in this affidavit, the drugstore chain's claims manager says the files on recent allegations of misfilled prescriptions in South Carolina amount to, quote, thousands of pages. We wanted to know what that meant. Can you tell me anything else about that?
No.
Do you mean to tell me or not that if in those documents there was a clear chain of events demonstrating that this was not the only case where CVS had misfilled prescriptions, if the documents showed that, you wouldn't and couldn't tell me?
Absolutely not. Wouldn't tell you, couldn't tell you, won't tell you.
What about the public's right to know in cases such as the Annie Davis case, or for that matter, any other case involving this kind of situation?
Well, I don't think the public has a right to know.
You don't?
No.
Well, tell me about that.
I represent an individual litigant who files a suit against an individual corporation. This is a private dispute. There's no public, there may be a public interest, but there's no public right to know.
As an officer of the court, you do or do not have a responsibility in such a situation to alert the public to a potential health threat.
I do not.
None?
None.
Zero?
Not.
Zip, nada?
Not.
That may sound outrageous, but for years, Harpootlian's position has been legal, ethical, standard operating procedure in courtrooms all over the country. But now judges in South Carolina say it's time to rock the boat.
It just struck the members of our court that that was not in the public interest and it was not good public policy for our court system.
Joe Anderson is the chief federal judge in South Carolina. He says he became concerned at the growing number of secret court settlements approved by judges.
We live in an age where there's a growing suspicion of institutions in general, government, large corporations, and the public is more and more cynical about the way public institutions operate, and particularly in terms of openness, sunshine or whatever, versus secrecy.
And the sun doesn't shine, says Judge Anderson, in secret agreements. The plaintiff would get money, frequently a substantial amount of money. The attorneys on both sides would get paid. The defendants would get the secrecy they wanted, and the judge would have one less case to try.
Exactly.
In that sense, everybody was a winner, except the public and the public interest. Is that fair to say?
That's correct.
Federal Judge Anderson doesn't give many interviews, but he agreed to talk with us partly because of a story we did in the year 2000 on 60 Minutes, too. Fatal accidents linked to Firestone tires and Ford SUVs were big breaking news back then, but we reported it was old news in some courtrooms. For 8 years, people had been suing Firestone and Ford after accidents. Like many other corporate defendants, the companies paid cash to settle many of those lawsuits, provided that judges keep the details secret and everybody in the case agreed not to talk.
Too strong or not to say that secrecy was literally being bought and sold right, not just under the judge's nose, but with the judge looking full square in the eye, everybody. Sometimes that is true. Sometimes that's an accurate statement of what happened.
Is that part of what bothered you?
It is.
Judge Anderson wrote a letter to his fellow federal judges and even mentioned our original story. Arguably, he wrote, some lives were lost because judges signed secrecy agreements regarding Firestone tire problems. The federal court then voted unanimously it would no longer approve any secret agreements in South Carolina in cases where public safety was involved.
You just reached a point where you said, listen, enough is enough. Something has to be done about this.
Yes. Judge Anderson's reform is a big change for South Carolina, a self-described conservative state where the Confederate flag still flies outside the state capitol, and where the federal building is named after former Senator Strom Thurmond. And few people are more upset about the reform than Dick Harpootlian. He says secret settlements guarantee a good deal for his clients as well as protection for the company being sued.
There is an economic value to a company to not have its laundry, dirty laundry, hung out in public, or allegations of dirty laundry out in public.
As part of the Annie Davis secret agreement, Harpootlian reminded us any allegations he may have uncovered in CVS internal documents about misfilled prescriptions were sealed by the court.
We made an allegation. They said it's not true. We then settled the case without any public trial. And that has an economic worth. My job, representing a client, is to get the maximum economic benefit for that client.
So it gives you leverage?
Yes.
On the corporation that you were suing?
Or individual, or anybody.
What's your reaction to that?
Well, that is what really lit my fuse when this rule was proposed. It was surprising to me to hear some lawyers say, and again, you can't generalize too much, but some lawyers said, as plaintiff lawyers, basically, we like the concept of court-ordered secrecy because it gives us the opportunity to leverage a little bit more money out of the defendant at settlement time.
Squeeze a little more money out.
A little more money out. And if true, that means that the concept of secrecy is a commodity that is being bought and paid for on the marketplace, not just under the judge's nose, but with the judge's complicity. And that just strikes me as wrong.
It strikes me, correct me if I'm wrong, that it takes quite a bit to get your fuse lit.
I'll try to be as restrained as I can be. Some lawyers might take issue with that, but I try to.
After Judge Anderson's federal court announced it was banning certain secret agreements, the South Carolina State Court decided to act. That's where Annie Davis's case was. The chief judge in state court is Jean Toll. She says she was disturbed by newspaper reports that secret agreements in her court were protecting some doctors accused repeatedly of malpractice.
They involved repetitive conduct at times that the public did not know about. And these settlements were sealed by consent of the parties.
And, excuse me, with the approval of the judge?
With the approval of the judge, no question. And what I began to think about is, what are we really doing to be handmaidens of that kind of secrecy? And it's an awkward problem for a judge. Now, there's a solution to that, and that is to take that option off the table.
Let me ask you a personal question, Your Honor. And I know how seldom judges, and for good reason, answer personal questions. But in dealing with these kinds of cases, did you ever find yourself as a judge holding your nose and signing on the case anyway?
You know, I think a lot of judges do.
Was it a matter of conscience or a matter of law, or both?
I think both. I think both, and I think that's the case for a lot of judges who've struggled with this issue.
You know, there's an old country music song that goes along the lines of, does your conscience ever bother you? In this circumstance, does your conscience ever bother you?
Here I represent an individual, Annie Davis. And I did my job for her, and I did a damn good job for her. And I don't have any pangs of conscience whatsoever about that.
No pangs of conscience at all?
Not a whit.
And as Judge Toll tries to push a reform through the court and the state legislature, Dick Harpootlian says she will be facing some stiff opposition.
No defense attorney I've talked to is excited about seeing those reforms. No plaintiff's lawyer I've talked to is excited about those reforms. It doesn't help us do our job to represent that client.
Might help the public, it doesn't help you or the defense attorney.
Correct.
It's even possible, Attorney Harpootlian says, that lawyers will try to make an end run around the courts and make secret agreements without asking for a judge's approval.
If the defense attorney comes to you and says, listen, if we could work a way to get a settlement where everything would be kept secret,
right,
even with this new reform
right,
that this crazy Judge Anderson has put in, quote unquote, it'd be worth a whole lot more money to us.
Right.
You'd work with them.
As long as it's legal and ethical, sure.
And as long as clients like Annie Davis agree. But these days, she's having second thoughts about her secret agreement, even though she continues to have seizures nearly 2 years after she picked up her prescription.
Fair or unfair to say it changed your life?
Right.
Dramatically?
Yes.
Now you've had time to think about it. Do you have any problem with that now, the secrecy agreement?
Yes. I wish I had gone to trial. Then that really would have exposed them, and that, you know, people know exactly what this pharmacy is doing to people.
Honey, have you seen my lean pockets?
Lean pockets? Really crispy. Now with a tastier, crispier crust. Still only 7 grams of fat.
No, dear, I haven't seen your lean pockets anywhere.
Really?
Lean Pockets brand new, tastier, crispier crust.
It's LensCrafters' best $99 offer ever. Right now, get a complete pair of glasses with DuraLens, our most scratch-resistant plastic lens for only $99. The $99 DuraLens event. This is one you don't want to miss.
Hurry, offer ends soon.
Even with osteoarthritis, these arms still have a way with the ladies.
Celebrate, celebrate.
These legs hardly miss a beat. And these hands, these hands haven't lost their touch. Celebrate. There's Celebrex. Just one Celebrex lasts 24 hours and provides strong arthritis pain relief. People with aspirin-sensitive asthma or allergic reactions due to aspirin or other arthritis medicines or certain drugs called sulfonamide should not take Celebrex. In rare cases, serious stomach problems such as bleeding can occur without warning. Tell your doctor if you have kidney or liver problems. Ask your doctor to find out if prescription Celebrex is right for you and call 1-888-CELEBREX. Celebrex for strong 24-hour relief of arthritis pain.
60 Minutes 2, a CBS News magazine, continues in a moment.
Dave's all new with Sandra Bullock, plus Marv Albert bloopers tonight.
CBS Thursday will keep you guessing. First, CSI gets a bird's-eye view of murder. We're flying blind, where this case leads is more twisted than you can imagine.
Somebody stuck her in here? Wait till trash day.
And before it's over, you'll meet a dead man who isn't really dead. All new CSI. Then, a pregnant woman disappears from a hospital.
That could be a gun.
Now it's a race to save 2 lives.
If she doesn't deliver in the next 24 hours, it could be fatal.
All new without a trace after CSI, CBS Thursday.
When the engineers that designed the GMC Envoy XL look at a Ford Explorer, what do they see? Not as much front head and legroom as Envoy XL. Envoy XL has the roomiest interior in its class. More cargo space, too. But they do see Explorer still has room to catch up with Envoy. Now get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2003 Envoy XL. Upgrade to professional grade. See the pros at your local Alabama GMC dealers.
line and share your minutes for just $9.95 a month on Alltel Total Freedom plans. There's no roaming or long-distance charges anywhere in the U.S. Plus, get your first month free, free night and weekend minutes, free mobile-to-mobile minutes, and special deals on digital phones. Alltel, are you connected?
Brian Holloway Carpet One is a family business with the best buys and warranties on floor covering. If you want a laminate floor, now's the time to buy. We have Armstrong laminates on sale for $5.49 a square foot installed. This laminate is durable and easy to maintain. You also get a 25-year wear, stain, and fade warranty. You also get no payments or interest for 1 year. So come by or call Brian Holloway Carpet One.
You've been walking on our family for years, and we really do appreciate it.
This weekend, National Peanut Festival Fairgrounds. Pentium computers with monitor $199. Pentium laptops $299. Software 50% off. PlayStation games $6. PS2 and Xbox $12. Slot machines $299. VCRs $29. Cordless phones $10. DVD players $49. Car CD players $49. Car TVs $99. Car DVD players $99. Fan pass boxes $49. Subwoofers $10. Kenwood, Sony, Pioneer, Fosgate, Alpine, more. National Peanut Festival Fairgrounds. Friday noon to 10. Saturday 10 to 9. Sunday 11 to 6.
Angie Casey and Reginald Jones, tonight at 10.
Patti Austin just might be the greatest singer you have never heard of, even though you've probably been humming along with her for years. She's had an occasional hit and is in the spotlight again with an album of songs associated with her idol, Ella Fitzgerald, an album which was recently nominated for a Grammy Award. Still don't know her? Try this.
Meow, 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 meow.
Patti Austin's claim to fortune, if not fame, over the years came from doing radio and television jingles.
Actually, what I sang on the Meow Meow commercial was meow, and I made so much money for that meow.
What was the most famous jingle you did?
With Avon, you never look so good throughout your world.
She did so many jingles that when she's on tour, she sings a medley of them.
Free time and understand up and way. TWA. Bring out the Hellmans and bring out the best just for the taste of it. Diet Coke.
Now, though, Patti Austin is selling something else. The music of jazz legend Ella Fitzgerald.
A tisket, a tasket, a brown and yellow basket. I bought a basket for my mommy. On the way I dropped it.
I was asked to do a performance, and they said, we want you to pick an American jazz female vocalist and honor her body of work. And, you know, my singer's alphabet begins with F.
Fitzgerald.
Thank you.
I wonder what happened to that basket of mine.
A Tisket, a Tasket was Ella Fitzgerald's first hit way back in 1938.
How high the moon is the name of the song.
Today, it's just one of many Fitzgerald tunes Patti Austin has brought back on stage and back to life.
We're out now, high, 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 high the moon.
Are you saying to Ella, in this case, watch me?
No, I'm saying, help me. Oh, please, are you kidding?
So you're not saying I'm a beater, you're saying I'm a do
No,
her.
I'm saying I'm a trier.
For over half a century, Ella Fitzgerald's brilliance dazzled audiences around the world.
She was able to sing everything. She could sing jazz, she could sing bebop, she could scat. She could tear a ballad up and just touch your heart and grab it and rip it out.
The scatting, ad-libbing like a jazz player, is where Ella left all the others in the dust. It's the kind of high-wire act only a singer with Patti's chops could ever hope to duplicate. So I listen side by side. What do I hear?
Side by side, you'll hear me doing her notes in my voice.
And what's the difference in your voice and her voice doing this?
Totally different. You know, my voice doesn't sound anything like Ella's voice. It's a nice voice.
Yeah, it is a nice
voice. But it's not Ella's voice.
Maybe it isn't Ella's voice,
But many musicians will tell you that Patti Austin is probably the most underappreciated voice in music today.
Hey! That's as loud as I'll ever get.
Be wise, be smart, behave.
Preparing herself for the Fitzgerald Project, she immersed herself in Ella's music, one of the few singers alive who could live up to the standard Ella set.
Be soft, be sweet, be sweet.
We were living together for a couple of months there. And I could just kind of feel her presence, you know, kind of feel her in the room going, it's all right, baby, you'll be all right. It's going to be okay.
Just give it your best, Dave. It'll be fine.
Too close for comfort. Please, not again.
Her first concert of Ella's music in Cologne, Germany, the summer of 2001, brought down the house. For years, Ella astounded European audiences. Now, in a way, she was back.
Oh, my God, Ella was in the room. Ella was in the room. And it was like this out-of-body, inner-body experience. And then it was like when you finished the song, Ella said, bye. And it freaked me out completely because that's the way it feels to me every time I do this music.
One thing leads to another.
With band leader Patrick Williams, Patti's taken Ella's music all across the United States, from New England to the Playboy Jazz Festival in Hollywood, where backstage she renewed some old friendships. From jazz fan Bill Cosby, a gift of pie.
Lord have mercy! Oh, my God, and then it'll go right on my butt.
But you're not supposed to put it there. You're supposed to chew it.
Well, you say I've got a lot to learn.
Patti Austin grew up in the jazz world. She was 4 when she went on stage for the first time, singing Teach Me Tonight. Her dad was a trombone player. Her godmother was jazz legend Dinah Washington. Her godfather, an up-and-coming young trumpet player named Quincy Jones.
When I first heard her sing, I thought there was a little midget thing going on. I didn't believe that somebody that little could have sing with that much maturity. So this was the real thing. When I saw her little bony knees there, I knew she was a real 4-year-old.
We'll shake it, break it, we're gonna make it.
By the time she was a teenager, she was already a veteran of the music world, and there was no question where life was going to take her.
You know, when my adolescence came, I never sat around pondering, man, I wonder what I'm going to do. It's never been an issue in my life. It's just been boom.
Baby, come to me. Let me put my arms around you. This was meant to be.
The only question seemed to be, would she opt for fame or fortune? Fame came briefly with Baby Come to Me, a big hit in the 1980s. But Patti had no illusions about how cruel the business could be to one-hit wonders.
I wanted longevity. I remember years and years and years ago hearing Quincy say to my parents when I was, 9 years old, I hope Patti never makes it at this point. And that expression is the exact same expression the whole family. What are you talking about? No, because he saw how destructive that could be. He said, I don't want her to be washed up at 22. I want her to have a life that's sustaining. And if she wants to continue in this business, her chances of sustaining that long shrivel up when you make it that big, that quick.
This is a man! Well...
So when James Brown needed a background singer for a recording session, Patti took the job and made a nice living over the years, singing in the shadows on other people's hits.
It was the session that he recorded This Is a Man's World on. And when I walked into the session, he said, Patti, what you doing here? I said, I'm here to sing backgrounds. Patti Austin, sing backgrounds for me. He was going crazy. So I did the session. I get home 2 weeks later. A check comes in the mail. A nice check. It was a good check. And that's how I became a background singer. Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do chicken right. You.
And she found the checks for singing TV and radio jingles were even better.
The jingle circuit keeps you moving, and Patti was one of the best that ever did it. One time you could almost 100% of the things on television were Patti.
At McDonald's, we do it all for you. Good. Good. That's what Campbell's soup is. Good. When you say Budweiser, you said it all. In the heat of heat,
And so, Patti came to a workable compromise in her life. Jingles for the money, live performances to satisfy her musical self. Something even her idol, Ella Fitzgerald, might understand. Ella, after all, did this famous commercial for Memorex tape.
Can the amplified voice of Ella Fitzgerald shatter this glass? Believe it.
You could do that. Easy. How was it?
But wait. Can you do it?
I have an awful voice. And here came the musical low point in our report as Patti and pianist Greg Fillingames tried to coax a tune out of a reluctant amateur.
Don't even sing a note he's playing. Just sing a note. Close. So, anyway, just give me any note. I'm going to scat around it, and whatever note you sing, we'll incorporate it.
Give me a note.
He's going higher. Don't go higher.
No, go deeper.
Can you go a little lower?
Yes.
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 No, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Say yes.
Yes.
Do-ba-do-you-do, that-loo-day. Yes. Do-ba-do-you-do, ba-do-da.
Yes.
Do-ba-do-you-do, that-loo-day.
Yes.
Do-ba-do-you-do, that-la-day.
Yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes. At age 52, her zest for life is evident, her playful nature never ending, even when speaking about personal matters.
No husband? No children?
I had regrets for 2 weeks. I swear to God, 2 weeks, 2 years ago.
Oh, come on.
I swear to God, I said, I'm menopausal, I'm barren, I've never been married, it's horrible, I want to adopt. And then I looked at all my friends with teenage kids and said, I'm okay, I'm fine.
Yet for Patti, the mysteries of life and laughter, music and faith, converged on September 11, 2001. She'd been scheduled to travel that day aboard United Flight 93, which crashed in Pennsylvania. A last-minute change in plans saved her life.
It was very heavy for me to duck that bullet because it just made me feel that there's some stuff I'm supposed to continue with here. There's some singing I'm supposed to continue doing. Somewhere there's music, how faint the tune.
And so, these days, Patti Austin performs with the legend looking over her shoulder, Ella Fitzgerald herself. Not bad company. No wonder, then, that Patti has no regrets. There's not a moment in your life you lose sleep saying, oh, gee, I could have been more famous, I could have been more this, I could have been more that.
No, I am famous in my own mind.
And good in my own mind.
And good in my own mind.
And happy in my own mind.
Exactly.
And you have music.
And I have music, and man, when you got that, you got the universe in your hands. How high
Are you troubled by creditors? You're pre-approved. I guarantee you'll go from fat to flat.
You want a dream vacation.
Want to see my webcam? Want a better way to block junk email?
Everybody loves Baklava. Crispier, flakier crust.
Switch to new MSN 8. Sign up now and get tougher junk email protection, plus 2 months free. It's better with the Butterfly. Call 866, try MSN 8 today.
In this place, I see a lot of gas. I also see a lot of folks taking medicines that don't fight gas. But Gas-X has the most powerful medicine to relieve gas fast. Nothing I've seen works faster. Gas-X beats the bloat fast.
A snack that helps you lose weight? You can't be serious. Yes, we can. Slim Fast, outrageous, lip-smacking, rock-your-world snack bars. Slim Fast, it's your life. Beat it right.
Hi. I have to get copier, laser, and inkjet paper sizes A3, A4, toner, printer ink, letter size envelopes, legal envelopes, padded shipping envelopes, memo pads, legal pads, sticky labels, and pens.
Okay. Come right this way. We've got everything all together over here. You've got your ink and toner, paper, laser, inkjet, copier, envelopes, memo pads, files, file folders, stickies, pens, ballpoints, felt tips, highlighters. We've got it all right here so you can get going fast.
Office Depot is the fastest way to restock for the new year, with easy-to-find special sections loaded with the essentials. Office Depot. What you need to know.
Inside Iraq, our coverage continues with a series of reports from a team of CBS News correspondents. Dan Rather reports from Baghdad tomorrow on the CBS Evening News.
Presidio Med returns with an all-new episode. CBS Friday, the tiniest patients will be these doctors' biggest challenge.
Try not to push him.
4 babies. One night you'll never forget.
Is my baby okay?
An all-new Presidio Med returns, CBS Friday. Don't miss the new hit drama Hack, Friday on CBS. It's all here.
Zip, zilch, nada. Whatever you call it, come and get it. Chevy has some great offers for the taking. Get at least $2,000 cash back or 0% APR financing on the entire lineup of 2003 Chevy trucks and SUVs. That's $2,000 cash back or 0 APR. So roll out, come in, stop by, call it what you want. Just get to your local Chevy dealer today.
Got a buck? You're in luck. With something hot, something beefy, or something just plain irresistible taste and incredible values every day, only on McDonald's Dollar Menu.
Wake up to McDonald's and get a sausage biscuit with hash browns for only $1.19. So why does McDonald's offer such great deals like a sausage biscuit with hash browns for only $1.19?
At McDonald's, we love to see you smile.
Final markdowns are now 75% off on all Christmas items at Ted's Jewelers, including Fitz and Floyd Christmas. It's our pre-inventory sale at Ted's. Selected gifts 50% off, including lamps, china, picture frames, crystal, and much more. Don't miss our great sale at Ted's Jewelers.
One brilliant idea after another. The brilliant ideas of Ted's Jewelers.
You're watching WTBY News 4, your hometown news leader.
In the mail this week, hundreds of letters about the story we call The Line, which was about this. An emergency food line in Ohio and the resurgence of such lines in this country for people who are having trouble feeding their families. Most of the letters came from viewers asking where to send money, with comments like this. I feel terrible. I feel as if I am living like a queen compared to some of the people you interviewed. And this. Hooray to CBS for finally profiling the plight of working-class poor that's rampant in this part of the country. But not everybody was sympathetic. Was this story a joke, or is it more liberal media bias attempting to make President Bush look bad? I'm Vicki Mabry. We'll be back next week with another edition of 60 Minutes, too. Coming up next on CBS, a special Wednesday 48 Hours Investigates. Leslie Stahl has a preview.
The murder of Donna Winger was an open and shut case.
Emergency, emergency.
Police called her husband a hero who tried to stop it.
Yes, I shot him. He was killing my wife.
But years later, this woman came forward with a dark secret.
Sometimes things are not as they seem.
48 Hours Investigates, coming right up. So don't go away.
This is an amazing age.
This is an amazing age.
We learn something new every day.
You're living in the age of Fosamax, when it's actually possible to help reverse bone loss and strengthen bone. Fosamax Once Weekly is a hormone-free tablet for postmenopausal women at risk for or with osteoporosis. Fosamax is clinically proven to help reverse bone loss. Increases in bone mass were seen as early as 3 months. You should not use Fosamax if you have certain disorders of the esophagus, are unable to stand or sit upright for 30 minutes, have severe kidney disease, or low blood calcium. Before use, talk to your doctor if you have stomach or digestive problems. Stop taking Fosamax and tell your doctor if you develop new or worsening heartburn, difficult or painful swallowing, or chest pain, because these may be signs of serious upper digestive problems.
One pill a week can help reverse bone loss.
Ask your doctor if Fosamax Once Weekly is right for you. This is the age of Fosamax.
This is an amazing age.
Helping reverse bone loss.
Tough heartburn slowing you down? Try Extra Strength Mylanta. Cooling relief that speeds right to where you need it. Nothing's faster. Extra Strength Mylanta. Soothing at the speed of life.
Who'll be the next superstars in comedy, modeling, and music? Join Arsenio Hall for the competition of a lifetime.
Let's get this party started.
The all-new Star Search, live CBS Thursday.
CSI gets a bird's eye view of murder. And before it's over, you'll meet a dead man who isn't really dead. Only CSI Thursday.
CBS Friday at 10/9 Central. These Supreme Court judges don't make the laws.
Their record's missing from evidence.
So dismiss the case.
That's exactly what I intend to do.
They just make them work.
The jury has decided the fate.
But the verdict is already in.
It hasn't been read yet.
But in a place like Queens, New York,
Get your witness in here or go home. We'll get him.
it's not always easy. Oliver Platt and Annabella Sciorra star in Queen Supreme. All new episodes CBS Friday at 10/9 Central.
Jade's all new with Sandra Bullock, plus Marv Albert bloopers tonight.